Good afternoon, guys. So today I want to tell you some things that I wish I known before I became a mother, because there's a lot of things that people don't tell you about being a mother. So if you want to watch and see what I learned, stay tuned. First things first. Yes, there are good moments, but there are also bad moments. Bad moments. First of all, postpartum is a real thing. No, it doesn't happen to everyone, but it does happen to a good amount of people. So I experienced postpartum. I'll share my experience down below. But postpartum is real, and it's hard to go through, and especially if you have postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety, that's a bad combination, and I would suggest seek counseling and seek help. That way you're not feeling like you're suffering it alone, because motherhood can be very lonely. Your birth plan may not go as planned. You may have to throw that list away and just roll with the punches during your labor and delivery. Just roll with it, because you may have to have an emergency C-section. That's not planned. It's not part of it. Some other emergency may happen. You may even have a vaginal one that you planned. Just, roll with it. Because if you don't roll with it, it could cause more stress than you actually want. Not all C-sections heal the same. Some are flat. Some have more scars. Some take longer to heal. Some have keloids, like mine. I'll leave that down below. One thing I want to say too, for real, it is okay to cry. You'll feel like there's moments that you just want to break down. You feel lonely. You feel like no one understands. You miss your old self. And that's all legitimate feelings. Those are valid. And don't let anyone tell you, oh, you know what, stop crying. It's not that hard. You don't have it that hard. Well, according to them, you don't, but to you the one experience it, you the one feel it. So it's okay to cry. You can only, crying, it does not show weakness. It actually shows strength, that you're willing to let it out. Holding it in, trying to be strong for everyone, that does more harm for you than it does to them. So let it out, cry. Even if that means crying in the shower, if you don't want nobody else to see. Cry in the shower, let it out, and act like you're washing your face. You're like, I got some soap in my eye from washing my hair. That's why my eyes are red. You don't have to tell nobody that you've been crying. But as long as you have let it out, released it, because everybody needs to go and release that pain that you're feeling, because it is lonely, and you may miss your old life, because I know how I did, and you miss the freedom that you once had, because now your freedom looks a little bit different. Your freedom has to include somebody else. You have to find a babysitter to have complete freedom, you know what I mean? And even then, you're relying on somebody else to watch your kid, unless you bring them with you. But then you still can't do everything that you want to, especially when they're little. When they get older, maybe you can leave them, because they're like 15 and you're like, deuces, you got this. You know what a microwave is, you know how to cook food. But right now, when you're little, your freedom is kind of constrained. Baby hugs and baby kisses are the best, especially when they learn to do it on their own and you're not really forcing them. So when my little Amelia just runs up to me, and she calls me Mimi because she can't say mommy yet, so she runs up to me, gives me a hug, and she leans on me and wants to give me all the kisses. It's just so cute. That just like, oh, my baby loves me. But still, there's sometimes, they just want to hug you so much, you're like, get off of me. I want to be not touched, right? So, but yes, their hugs are sweet, because they mean it out of love, and they want the connection. Even though sometimes you may not want it all the time, but their hugs are so cute and little, so just embrace it, because they may not want to hug you all the time. Someone told me advice they gave me during the early years when they're babies, is like when they're actually like little, for the first few months, they said, be prepared for cold meals. And I was like, cold meals, that's not true. I'm going to be able to eat my food hot. No, because the baby needs something, baby needs changing, the baby needs nursing, you're rocking them to sleep, they cry. And sometimes you do have to rewarm your food up or eat your food cold because they demand attention, they demand the need to change the diapers, they rely on you. So sometimes your food will just have to go a little cold. You may miss a few meals here and there. You may forget to shower at the beginning. You may forget to brush your teeth, but you'll get through it. Your hygiene will catch up to you. You'll smell yourself, and you realize, I think it's time. I think it's time to jump in the shower. I think it's time that my crevices need to be cleaned out. You know what I mean? Get all those dust, the cobwebs, get it out. Even if that means putting your baby in the bathroom with you in a safe area, like where you can see them and they're safe and they're just laying there, you know, strapped in. If you need to, go clean yourself. You need that time to feel fresh, to feel clean. You're not just an extension of the baby, but you're yourself, right? So take that time to get clean. But there may be days that you don't feel like taking a shower. You're like, okay, I can take it in the morning when I wake up, and then you wake up in the morning, you're like, okay, well, I can take it tonight. And then the tonight comes, and you're like, oh, well, you know what, I'm just gonna wear a cloth and just clean myself a little bit, you know. But when they get older, it's easier because they sleep a little longer and have more time to take a shower. Right now, like for example, right now Amelia's asleep. It is 11:45 p.m. She went to bed around 11:30. But she sleeps longer, so it does get a little bit better. I realize that now I kind of sympathize a little bit more with parents, with kids, because I'm like, oh, it sucks, you know, you can't. Well, sometimes I'm like, your kid bad. That's not the kid's fault. That's your fault that the kid's bad. Ring it in, right? But those times when, like, you're at the store or something, you see a baby crying, like, can you just walk out the store? You know, Amelia don't cry in the store yet. Knock on some wood. But she doesn't cry in the store yet. So I do sympathize though with parents and like watching like the father come home from the military and the little baby, the kid runs up to them like, oh, I will miss my baby. Or when a baby dies, or you know, like, that could be my baby, you know. So it touches a little bit more here, you know, realizing that could have been my kid. So I sympathize a lot more with parents. I do compare more to, you know, my kid to other kids. Like, oh good, she's developed here. Oh man, she doesn't do this as well. Oh, I'm glad she does this. You know, it's not good to compare, but it's natural. It's a natural thing that happens. Your place may be a little bit messy than you're used to, because you need to cook food, you need to take care of them, have quality time, and during your me time, I don't think you want to clean. So your house may just be a little bit more messy than you used to. So if you have OCD or anxiety around the house being clean, it may rise. So you may want to seek some therapy to try to bring that down and just say, you know what, it's clean enough for today. For me, what I do, sometimes what I do is I do 10 minutes per room, and whatever I can't finish, I'll do 10 minutes tomorrow. You know, that's my rule. So, or I just kick it all out if it's really fast and if it's really giving me too much stress, because too much dirt, I can't handle it. You have no privacy, so it starts little, especially if you're nursing. The boob, that's you know, no privacy there. And they come into the bathroom with you, they peek in the shower, especially now that she's a toddler. Mimi? I'm trying to pee. She pushed the door all the way open. I'm like, girl, close it back. Close it. I'm trying to use it. But no more privacy. Join some mommy groups on Facebook if you don't have other mommy friends, so that way you can talk about your problems or get suggestions, advice, like teething advice, like how do they get the back molars, like how do you help that, how do you help the teething, the gas, all that jazz. Like, oh, what could this be? Do I need to go to the hospital? If you think you need to go to the hospital, though, go to the hospital, because mama's intuition is real. Like you can feel it. Like okay, something's going on. Oh, I think something's about to happen. Boom, she fell. So follow your gut, follow your intuition. Just like Amelia had a UTI a while ago and the doctor said no, and then 2 days later, full-blown UTI, and she had a fever. I can leave that link down below too, because she was so little and it was awful. So follow your mother's tuition and get second opinions if you need to. Second, third, fourth, fifth. Follow your gut, your heart. Sometimes the baby only wants you, which can be very overwhelming, very like clingy, and you can't have your own privacy, and they don't want to go to dad. So sometimes they are mama's girls or mama's boys, and that's all they want. They cry when they go to daddy. They cry, they hide behind you. They just want to be around you 24/7. 24/7. Like sometimes she wakes up and she only wants me to get her and not Chris. And he's like, what about Dada? She's like, Mimi, 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 Mimi. I can hear her from the other room. I'm like, no, I just want to lay down a little bit longer, But right now, she just wants me. So be prepared for that. That sometimes is not equal. It will be sometimes all you. Sometimes it may be all your hubby or your wife or, anyone else. Breastfeeding, some things that I learned. This may be TMI warning. Breastfeeding is difficult. It can be very difficult at the beginning. It hurts because you have something all the time, right? And even if they have a good latch, it can still hurt because it's not used to it. It's not used to that kind of drawing life force out of you, right? And then when they get teeth, it hurt. Not just because if they bite you, that hurt. Yeah, that hurts if they bite you. But when they're getting their teeth, they don't tell you that their teeth is like little razors, because it's the brand new teeth. And so it's like, even though they're latched well, they're little, it's just like, when you suck, you go in and out, right? And so the little razor sharp teeth slides across, right? So yes, you'll have cracking at the beginning. You may have cracking when they get their teeth, and if you breastfeed that long when they get teeth, because it's sharp. It's sharp. No one tells you that their teeth is sharp. They tell you that you may get bitten. They may bite you, but they don't tell you that their little teeth is like little razors, right? So it's like, but then after a while, you get used to it. Learn how to relatch and everything like that. Babies have some babies have acid reflux, so to help with that is you sit them up after you nurse them or bottle feed them. You sit them up for 15 to 30 minutes before you lay them down to sleep, because if you lay them down right after you fed them, they can throw up in their sleep and throw up and have that. Yeah, and then if they have acid reflux, you're supposed to break every 2 to 3 minutes and then feed them some more. Break every 2 to 3 minutes so their body have time to digest it all, right? Breastfeeding can be draining. You have to increase your calories. It releases some kind of hormones in your body that makes you sleepy. But yeah, so don't forget you time. On this last note that I want to say, that I wish someone told me, you time is very, very important. If I can't emphasize that enough, it's very important, because you can get lost in being a mother, being a fiance, wife, girlfriend. It's very important that you have me time, even if that includes taking a shower, getting up a little bit early, taking a longer shower. What I do, I get some Bath and Body Works aromatherapy. So you want to use that to smell good, have a little extra time for yourself. Get up a little early, read the Bible, or drink some coffee, or watch some TV, or even wake up early, watch your show that you missed yesterday, that you haven't seen, that you want to watch before everybody wakes up. So just wake up, watch your show with the blanket, or when they all go to sleep, do the same thing. Have some me time, whatever you find, even if that's 20 minutes out the day, because it's very important. And also, having kids can also make you not want to be touched. So and you always have someone on you, you may not want your fiance on you or your husband on you or your wife on you, because you're like, I just got through being climbed on like a monkey bar or like a gym. I don't want nobody else touching me today. So get off of me, because I just want to be by myself and lay down. But yeah, on that note, guys, don't forget self-care. And if you have any questions or comments, leave that down below. Don't forget to hit that reminder bell and subscribe to this little lovely face that's gonna be right here. That's my face and Chris's face. So don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and hit the reminder bell, guys. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.